If you sit down and you think to yourself like you're going to wait to feel motivated or wait to be motivated to get something done, it's not gonna happen. There's a big difference between motivation and inspiration.
Yo, bro, do you know who the sauciest dude out here is? Nah, bro. Who? It gotta be this dude, Wonder Don.
What's good, you guys? It's your boy Wanda Dawn, and I'm back with another video. Now today, I literally just wanted to get on this camera and talk about just 3 simple and easy methods that you could use on your day-to-day basis to be motivated and consistently feel that way on any given basis. So I'm gonna write down the methods on a whiteboard and go over them one by one just to show you. But like I said, these are the methods that I use personally. What may work for me may not work for you, but at the same time, when you break it down and you like process things as there's a whole truth, you will eventually realize that like almost everything kind of ties together just in like one single fluid motion. But you just have to be able to put all those pieces together. I'm gonna give you just pieces to a puzzle and you can put them together yourself, and then maybe, you feel me, if you like these methods, you can obviously apply them to your day-to-day life. If you don't like these methods, you will still gain a new perspective and be like, okay, this is what I could actually use to be and feel motivated. So the number one method that I use is to simply show up. Can you guys see that? Yeah, just show up. I don't know if it's backwards though. Is it backwards? I don't know. Show up. All you gotta do, first and foremost step, show up. Showing up gives you that sense of, it puts you in your mental, it gives you that sense of, all right, this is the task at hand, this is what I gotta do now, this is what I'm going to do. You feel me? And let's really break this showing up down so that anyone can really understand this. When you go to like work, for instance, right, you may say to yourself, you wake up in the morning, you're like, ah, damn, like I gotta go to work. But once you get up, start getting dressed, take a shower, whatever, you feel me, get your day started, and then you go to work. Once you sit down at your desk or sit down at whatever you're doing, you just naturally just get that. It may not be motivation, quote unquote, but you get your work done and you start to do the work. That is the same essence of just showing up just to anything in your life that you want to get started. Whether that's starting a new business, a new hobby, reading a book, exercising, whatever the case is, as long as you show up to the occasion, your mental state, your mental being, bro, whatever it is going to be like, all right, this is the task at hand, this is what I need to do. If you sit down and you think to yourself like you're going to wait to feel motivated or wait to be motivated to get something done, it's not gonna happen. There's a big difference between motivation and inspiration, and I feel like a lot of us get those two confused. When you feel that we waiting for something to happen and you feel like, all right, I'm waiting for something to give me that's inspiration. Motivation comes from within. Motivation is something that you get when you start doing something. That's how you get motivation. Think about it. Let's say you're reading a book. Let's say you have a 15 chapter book, 300 pages, whatever the case is. You realize that you're not going to read 300 pages just all at once. Like that's just not how it works. What it is you read one word at a time. One word eventually turns into one sentence. One sentence eventually turns into 2 sentences, and then a paragraph, and then paragraph to a page, and then a page to a chapter, and so on and so forth. You can't just look at the whole task and think to yourself like, oh, that's so challenging, that's gonna be so difficult. Obviously, you're not gonna get started. What you have to do is just show up and do the first thing that you have to do. And that first thing you have to do is just read that first word. And once you read that first word, you will eventually be like, okay, I could read a second word. And then you just go on, then it just turns to a snowball effect of you just getting your stuff done. And that same process, that same mentality could literally be transferred to any single situation in your life. Let's say you want to start exercising. Well, instead of just waiting for somebody or waiting for like a gym partner or whatever the case is to get you to go to the gym, how about you come home from work, you just put on your running shoes. Don't change into your like comfort clothes, or don't change to go take a shower, whatever the case is. Literally, when you come home from work, just put on your running shoes, put on the workout clothes, go for a walk, go for a run, get started, get that first step in. Once you get that first step will eventually turn into a mile or whatever it is. If you look at the whole thing and you think to yourself, damn, I gotta lose like 50 pounds, 25 pounds, whatever the goal weight for you is, you might think to yourself like, damn, like how am I gonna do that? Or you might, like, when you look at that and when you see that 25 pounds that you have to lose, you won't feel motivated to do it, because you're just thinking about just that whole process, and you just think about just how you're gonna get it done. But no, the first thing you have to do is just show up. Just show up, get that first thing done. And once you get that first thing done, you're eventually just gonna keep doing it, and it's just gonna become a snowball effect of you just doing it naturally, and it eventually just becomes building a habit. You show up for 21 days straight, and you won't even have to show up anymore. Your body's just naturally gonna do that for you. So literally, the first step to always be motivated is just to show up and do the thing in the first place. Simple point blank period, end of story. The second thing that you could use to always feel and be motivated, and this is kind of a given, is obviously situations. The situations that you're in. But more specifically, when I say situations, like obviously motivation is situational depending on like what you gotta do to get done and everything. But like situations could be like, and I'm gonna say being thrown into the fire specifically. So when you have like a situation that's like really on your mind, heavy on your mind, like you don't know how you're gonna get it done, or you don't know what's gonna happen, or it's like just really bad, like it's just stress, you know what I mean? That stress factor that you have could be transferred into actually getting something done. You gotta realize all energy is that feeling of being stressed, anxious, all of that is literally just the current energy that you're feeling. And energy is not created or destroyed, it's always transferred. So something has caused you to be anxious, something has caused you to be depressed, something, like, it's always a cause and effect, always a cause and effect. Something has made you that way. And you have to realize, you have to sit back and think to yourself like, all right, what was the thing that made me feel anxious, depressed, or whatever the case is? Once you can process that, that's when you can take the next step and next course of action that you have to take. I'm gonna speak for myself. So me personally, I know that when I was like much larger, much heavier, I knew that one of the things that was causing my depression was just the fact that I was overweight, I was unconfident, I was just not comfortable in my own skin. And that was just a bad situation that I had put myself in. I didn't have anyone else to blame except for me. No one else was eating the junk food that I was eating. No one else was not exercising for me. It was literally just me, and I only had myself to blame. So I had to look internally within myself and say to myself, all right, what is the cause of me being like this? Like, you know what I mean? And I had to realize that part of it was just like my situation, my current circumstances, just all these different thought processes that I had. And I realized to myself that, if this is the problem, if I know what the problem is, I have to be the one to come up with the solution. You know what I mean? And that is something that I use to motivate me to just go to the gym and start eating healthier. I knew that I was unconfident. I knew that I was not comfortable in my own skin. And I knew that I just flat out just didn't want to be like that anymore. You know what I mean? So what I did was I just literally put in a game plan, did the work, showed up, and that was just part of the situation that I was in. I learned to transfer that negative emotion, those negative feelings that I was having, and I, like I said, transferred it into a positive, like, okay, instead of always constantly feeling like this, let me do this so I can feel this way. And like I said, it's on a consistent basis, like it's a snowball effect. You show up for 21 days straight, and that thing eventually becomes a habit. And your situation, like the situation, your current circumstances that you're in, is not really gonna be something that like will bother you or affect you the same way that it did back in the past. You know what I mean? So your situations is another way to feel motivated, but you just have to know and be able to tell, this is the problem and this is what I could do to have the solution. But you have to ask yourself very tough questions in order to find the solution to your problem. Like, why are you depressed? Why are you anxious? Why don't you want to start the thing that you want to do? Are you scared to do it? Like, what is the thing that's making you feel this way? And that's what once you are able to figure that out, that's when you're able to put a plan into action and just get things done just more naturally, more consistently, and it just flows through you. Once you find the problem, continuously ask yourself tough questions to get yourself to get to that answer that you've been looking for. And with that answer, you'll be 10 times more motivated to just get things done, because you just understand, like, all right, this is the problem at hand. This is what I can do to fix it. Like I said, energy can't be created or destroyed. It's literally just transferred. So when you have all this stuff that you're feeling, just remember that it wasn't created or destroyed. Something transferred that energy towards you. And it's up to you to transfer all those negative emotions and energy out of yourself, and you feel me? And by doing so, that's when you're able to just be motivated and feel more motivated, because you have all these positive energy around you. Camera died and I had to change the battery, so yeah, that got cut out, but I'm pretty sure I said all that I needed to get said out of that. I'm pretty sure everyone kind of understood what I was saying, and I felt like I was kind of rambling on a little bit. But the third and final way to be motivated is this one simple word right here: ego. Now, this could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you use it, but ego, I feel like, is very important to kind of understand when it comes to just not only your personal life, when it comes to getting things done, but just and the things that you want, but just overall as a whole, just being able to understand the person that is you as a whole. So for the ego, let's be honest here. The ego is the most fragile thing ever. You know what I mean? Like, it's glass. Any little thing, depending on the person that you are, can really hurt your ego and make you feel less than who you are, or make you just not even feel like you're a human sometimes. So when you get a big blow to your ego, it's like it's almost death. You know what I mean? It almost makes you just want to, like I said, like that whole situation thing, falling into a deep depression, feeling anxious and all that, feeling less than. And the worst, when you feel less than, that's just, it's not good, you know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to feel less than what they are. Everyone wants to feel like all high and mighty. Everyone wants to feel that value, and that's because of our egos. When you see someone that has something that you want, or that you can't, or see someone with something that you can't necessarily afford, that makes you feel like, you know what I mean? And that's your ego talking. That's not no spiritual, like your spiritual being, all that. Like, that is literally your ego. That feeling of jealousy, that feeling of envy, rage, that just all of that. But like I said, you can learn to channel all of those feelings and emotions, and you can turn that into something that literally reaps positive rewards. So like I said, for me personally, like going back to just this starting to exercise and all that, and eating healthy, I know that, like I said, my ego personally, bro, I couldn't take feeling unconfident anymore. Like, I was just so annoyed with just always feeling like I was less than, feeling like, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't feel like I wasn't comfortable in my skin, and my ego couldn't deal with that anymore. It was to the point where I just had that breakthrough of like, all right, yo, this is it. Like, I'm just gonna lose the weight. I'm gonna start eating healthy. I'm gonna start exercising, and you feel me, bro? I'll eventually learn to be at peace with myself, with just my overall just feeling comfortable in my own skin. You know what I mean? And that is something that you could use to, like, have your ego kind of help you and motivate you to get things done. When you feel less than, or you feel like you're not good enough for something, instead of sitting down crying in your own tears, bro, sitting in your own piss, get the f up and just do what you gotta do, bro. You use your ego to be like, nah, bro, I'm not letting so and so do better than me. I'm not letting X, Y, and Z get to me. All that stuff, bro. Literally, bro, get up and just do the work that you always thought about you wanted to do, because of your ego. Like, literally, you see somebody with something that you want, you can get that too. You know what I mean? Just remember that that person is also human. Whatever they have, whatever things that you see them doing, just know that you could also do that too, considering the fact that you're also human, and you are also on this earth, and you are also alive and come from the same something, you feel me? Like, we don't know where we come from, like God, universe, the creator. Like, there is a creator out there, regardless of whether you're atheist or believe in God, religious, it doesn't matter. There's a creator out there, there's a source. We all come from the same source. So don't think that anyone is flat out better than you. Like, no one is better than you at all. Like, we're all human, we all poo and pee, like, we all do that, you know what I mean? So don't think that anyone is better than you. But this is why I'm saying, like, ego can be a good or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. Like, it could be like, if you always use your ego, this is why I put it last. If you always use your ego to get motivated and be motivated, feel motivated, you will never be satisfied with that thing that you're chasing, you know what I mean? Like, whether that's money, materialistic things, your dream body, whatever the case is, you will never be satisfied if you are just always constantly using your ego. But your ego is a great way for you to actually understand that you want these things, and in order for you to get these things, you have to put in the work to get it. And that, you feel me, your ego, like, is just, like I said, like, it's a good or a bad thing depending on how you use it. But if you use it properly and you just use your ego as like a, for me, when I go to the gym, like, I literally, like, headphones in, I'm just like, all right, yo, everyone who made fun of me, like, y'all, like, yo, like, you feel me, get that pumping, everything. But it gets to a point where it's not even about that anymore, you know what I mean? Like, it eventually will get to a point, and you build enough of the same habits over and over again, it gets to a point where it literally just flows through you naturally, and you no longer have to rely on all these other things to feel and be motivated. That motivation is always going to be there. And like I said, there's a difference between inspiration and motivation. Inspiration is from something external. Something gives you that little spark of, oh, I want to do that. Like I said, like, for example, the ego mostly comes from inspiration. You see something that you want, you're like, all right, I want that too. That's that kind of that inspiration, but it's like a mix of both, you know what I mean? But inspiration is something that you get from an external source, seeing somebody with something, seeing something specifically, and that's what makes you want to get your work done. Motivation is all within. Motivation is something that you only get from within yourself. Like, you can be inspired but not do anything with it, you know what I mean? Motivation, if you're motivated and you feel like you want to get something done, you're gonna get something done. But you can't wait for yourself to feel motivated, because motivation is only going to start to happen when you start doing it. It's simple. You're not gonna feel motivated to read a book until you finish that first page or finish that first word. That's when, you feel me, it eventually, like I said, snowballs, and you just get it done without you even realizing it. So yeah, look at literally the 3 methods to just get motivated, be motivated, inspired, all that. First and foremost, just show up to the event. Number 2 is obviously your situations, your outcomes, your circumstances, everything like that. And number 3 is your ego. And yeah, yo, if you follow these 3 simple methods and just keep this like in the back of your head whenever you feel like you can't get things done, or whenever you feel like you don't want to get things done, and you feel me, bro, you'll get it done. But yeah, bro, thank you for coming to the talk. Like, I know this was pretty long, like, I'm just talking. But yeah, bro, 3 simple ways to get motivated, 3 simple ways to be motivated and consistently be motivated every day, through and through. Yeah, bro, just remember to subscribe and comment down below. You feel me? Leave a like on this video. Help your boy out with the algorithm. Like, I really want to start getting all these videos out to more and more people. I feel like these messages should be heard by, like, literally everyone, because, not even to sound cocky, but I feel like you feel me, spit life, spit game, just on a very subjective level. Like, I don't tell you what to do. I'm just giving you advice on, like, just what I use, and I give you just a whole new perspective on life, you feel me? So yeah, bro, if you like videos like these, subscribe down below, leave a comment, leave a like. And thank you guys for watching. So yeah, peace, love, and positivity. You already know what it do. Subscribe if you're new. Come on and join the crew. It's your boy Juan the Don. Peace out, you guys. Have a good one. Yeah.